Please don't forget to subscribe and comment. The night before Jackson left for his vacation, he pulled me into his arms and kissed me like we weren't going to see each other for months. It was sweet and passionate, and I didn't want to let him go. We'd been together for nearly a year, and he was the kind of guy who made you feel safe and giddy all at once. Jackson was heading to Hawaii with some college friends, and even though I wanted to be happy for him, I felt something strange tugging at me. Like a storm was coming, and I couldn't tell where it would land. "Promise me you'll call," I whispered, clinging to his hoodie like a lifeline. He grinned, brushing my hair behind my ear. "Every night. I'll send you beach pictures too, just to make you jealous." We laughed, and I watched him drive off. I had no idea that moment would be the last time things felt normal. 2 days after Jackson left, I received a text from an unknown number. It simply read, "This is Chase, Jackson's dad. I heard you're staying alone this week. Why don't you come over for dinner? I'd hate to think of you eating microwaved noodles alone." I stared at the screen. Chase Bennett. The man was almost as mysterious as he was handsome. I'd only met him a handful of times, but every time I did, there was something in the way he looked at me. Too long, too intense, as if he was trying to read my thoughts or guess my secrets. He was tall, graying at the temples but otherwise rugged and fit, with deep green eyes that could silence a room. He didn't speak much, but when he did, people listened. I hesitated. Was it weird to have dinner with my boyfriend's dad while he was away? Probably. But Chase had always been respectful. And besides, I was bored and lonely. I replied, "Sure." "What time?" The message came back almost instantly. 8. Wear something comfortable. That night, I stood in front of my closet longer than I should have, trying to figure out what comfortable meant in Chase Bennett's world. I settled on a soft navy dress that hugged my figure without trying too hard, paired with simple flats and a denim jacket. When I arrived at his house, Jackson's childhood home, I was surprised to find it softly lit with candles lining the walkway and gentle jazz playing from inside. The scent of grilled rosemary chicken floated through the air, and I felt my stomach tighten, not with hunger but with nerves. Chase opened the door wearing dark jeans and a crisp white shirt rolled at the sleeves. He looked good. "Oh good. You clean up nicely," he said, smiling in a way that wasn't entirely fatherly. "So do you," I replied, my voice lower than I expected. Dinner was surprisingly relaxed. We talked about my internship, my favorite books, how I met Jackson. Chase listened intently, his eyes never leaving mine for long. I tried not to overthink it, but something electric buzzed beneath the surface. After dessert, Chase poured 2 glasses of wine and led me to the back porch. The night was warm, the stars bright above us. I leaned back in the cushioned lounge chair and took a sip, unsure whether the heat I felt was from the wine or his eyes on me. "You seem different," he said suddenly. I glanced at him. "Different how?" "More grown. Confident. When I first met you, you barely spoke." Smiled. "Maybe I was just intimidated." "Your house. Your rules. Your stare." He laughed low and deep. "My stare. You have a way of looking at people like you see through them." "Maybe I do," he said quietly. The silence between us was thick, like a magnetic pull. I didn't know what I was feeling, or if I should be feeling anything at all. But I wasn't imagining it. Chase was watching me the way a man does when he wants something but isn't sure if he should take it. "I should probably head home," I said, standing up quickly. But Chase stood too. "Wait." I turned around. He was inches from me, his hand reaching out, but stopping just short of touching my cheek. "I don't want to make you uncomfortable," he said. "You're not," I whispered, surprising even myself. For a moment, neither of us moved. Then he stepped back. "Maybe it's the wine," he said, offering a faint smile. "Or maybe I just miss having someone to talk to." "Me too," I admitted. "Jackson and I. Things haven't felt the same lately." Chase nodded slowly, like he already knew. "You deserve someone who sees you. Really sees you." The words lingered in the air between us. I left soon after, but I couldn't sleep that night. I kept replaying our conversation, The way his voice dipped when he said my name, the fire in his eyes that never quite matched the chill of his words. The next day, Chase texted again. I made breakfast. Come over if you're hungry. I knew I should say no. I knew how it might look. But I went anyway. We didn't talk much that morning. Instead, we moved around each other in the kitchen, silent and comfortable. He handed me a plate of eggs and avocado toast like we'd done this 100 times. When our fingers touched, my breath caught. Later, I helped him organize old boxes in the garage. It was warm, dusty, and full of forgotten memories. One of the boxes spilled open to reveal Jackson's old baseball trophies and school pictures. I picked one up, a photo of him and Chase at a beach bonfire laughing. He was so little, I said. Chase came up behind me. Time goes fast. I turned to face him, and for a split second our faces were close, closer than they should have been. His eyes dropped to my lips, then darted back up. He stepped back again, and I hated the cold air between us. I should go, I murmured, already heading for the door. But his voice stopped me. Do you feel it too? Froze. He didn't explain what it was. He didn't have to. That night I didn't sleep. I kept thinking about Chase. His voice, his hands, his restraint. It was intoxicating. I felt like I was on the edge of something dangerous and delicious. Jackson called the next day. His voice was cheerful, oblivious. He told me about surfing and beach bars and how much he missed me. I told him I missed him too. And part of me did. But another part of me was caught in a storm I couldn't name. Chase didn't text the next day or the day after that. I tried to forget the pull between us, the way the air thickened when we were alone. I tried to remind myself that he was off limits, that this was insane. But on the fourth night, just past midnight, I heard a knock on my door. It was Chase. I couldn't sleep, he said. I know I shouldn't be here. But I needed to see you. I let him in. We sat on the couch in silence for a while. Then he reached for my hand. It was warm, strong, and trembling. I've never done this before, he admitted. Never looked at someone I shouldn't, never wanted something so badly it hurt. My heart was pounding. I don't know what this is, I whispered. But I feel it too. His thumb brushed over mine. Tell me to leave and I will. But I didn't. Instead, I leaned into him. Our lips met in a kiss that was slow, hesitant, and then suddenly burning with everything we'd held back. His hands cupped my face, fingers threading through my hair, and I melted into him like I'd waited a lifetime for that moment. But just as quickly he pulled away. This can't happen, he said. Not like this. I nodded, tears stinging my eyes. Not because he was wrong, but because he was right. The next morning, I woke up alone on the couch, a note in Chase's handwriting resting on my chest. You deserve more than stolen moments and secret kisses. I hope one day we can look back and be proud of the choices we made. Chase. Jackson came home 2 days later. Things between us felt different. I smiled when he spoke, laughed when I should, but inside I felt hollow. He noticed eventually. One night he asked, "Is there someone else?" I didn't lie. No. But maybe there was almost. We broke up that night, quietly and kindly. Weeks passed. I didn't hear from Chase. Then one afternoon, I found an envelope in my mailbox with no name on it. Inside was a single note. If you still feel it too, meet me at the lake house Saturday. Noon. My heart raced. When I arrived, he was already there, standing by the water, looking out at the still lake. He turned when he heard me. Neither of us said a word. We just walked toward each other, and this time there was no hesitation. When he pulled me into his arms, I knew. This wasn't a mistake. It was the beginning.